What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Food Fitness Family Podcast. This is your host, Caleb, Big Daddy Blankenship, all hopped up on coffee, Alpha GPC and Lion's Mane today, the new morning concoction with Mr. Beautiful himself, Marcus Gates. How are you today, Marcus? You look fresh shaven,
I'm
feeling
not. I'm
good.
not. I'm not.
Yeah,
A
well,
little
you're
bit
right.
tough.
I
I just
see your
don't grow much.
mustache. I
I
see
just
your
don't
little
grow.
mustache shadow coming in. So
There you go. It's coming in a little
I
bit.
didn't know if it was your face or the shadow from your hat. So
Oh no, it's
I
my
was giving you the
face.
benefit of the doubt.
Uh, no, good, all good over here. Also on coffee and lion's mane as well. I've been taking that recently too, probably the past month or so. I love it.
I just started like 2 days ago, and I I'm not like wired, but I feel more alert. Like
A little more locked
my
in.
eyes feel a little more open, if that makes sense.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Just a little more with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, dude.
Well, how was your last 7 days, man? You were down at the Olympia. Tell us
Yeah.
all about that.
Yeah, dude, it's been a whirlwind the past 7 days. We had Nicole's birthday shenanigans all last week, so like 3 or 4 straight days of that. Went out to dinner on Thursday night for her birthday, and then I had to get up and get to the airport by like 3:30 a.m. on Friday, and that turned into be probably one like the second longest day of my life because I mean, being up from three, then getting to Vegas, it was like a 10-hour travel day all together. Getting to the hotel, getting my stuff dropped off, and get up to the expo as soon as I could. Um, and then after that, of course, everybody wanted to go work out. So everybody that I was with at the Olympia, then we go work out at like 7 p.m., which was essentially 9 p.m. based
Yeah.
on, me being on Kansas City time, which I never work out that late. I never drink as much coffee or stimulants is what I had that day because obviously at the expo, they're just
Kidneys
handing
were
out.
screaming.
Oh my God.
Because you can't drink a lot of water because it's not like you can just go to the bathroom. And I'm sure the bathroom lines were like forever long.
And surprisingly, being around bodybuilders, there was no access to water other than paying $5 for a bottle of water at the concession stand.
Well, I'm not
Uh,
shocked at all.
no, yeah, and then I didn't even think about it. I didn't bring a jug. I didn't want to carry around a gallon jug. So yeah, I was underhydrated, overcaffeinated. I went to go get a so workout. Um, so yeah, that was kind of Friday. It was awesome though, man. The whole expo experience, I'd never been before. It was obviously super busy. When I first walked in, it was just overwhelming how big it was. But even though that's not even the biggest expo, like the Arnold would be, but it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of guys. Got to meet Victor Martinez. I was right next to Kai Green. I did not get a chance to meet him though, which he's always been one of my favorites. So that was a bummer to not be able to say hi and shake his hand. But yeah, Victor Martinez. I got to meet Kevin Levrone, which was really cool to meet him. Got to talk to him for a few minutes. Lee Priest, talked to him for a little bit as well about the, just kind of the outcomes and everything else. And we got to watch on Saturday morning the Classic Physique prejudging and got
Dude,
to
how
watch.
does Bumstead look in person? Because it has to
Dude,
be
it
unreal.
was wild. It was really cool. So there was 59 competitors for Classic Physique. So that took forever because everybody had their 45-second routines to go out and do. Plus they all walked off, on stage. I didn't stay for the comparisons. I went back to the booth after they did their routines. But it was funny because everybody did, 40 or 45 seconds and they walked off and they turned off the music because Bumstead was very, very last. And then they played like his own music essentially. He comes out very slow. He probably took 2 or 3 minutes on stage. And the entire crowd just loses their mind. Like there was people because that was the first prejudging show of the day, and as soon as the doors open for like the general public, people were sprinting to go get a good spot for that. And then Danny from Underestimated, he was able to talk to one of the rope guys and get us a couple seats. So like four of us got to go in and sit instead of standing behind the ropes behind 6 foot tall people, which I could not have seen if that was the case. So we got some pretty sweet seats, and then yeah, I got to watch him pose, and it was awesome. It was really
Dude,
cool.
I hope I can see him in person one day because
Yeah,
pictures don't do justice. And
yeah,
like, man, it's like Raphael is good. Terrence, I don't know what happened to that this year, but
yeah.
Urs is good. But dude, Chris is just so far ahead of everyone.
So
It's like
far,
10 to 15%, which for
it
those
is.
of you who don't know, 10 to 15% by bodybuilding terms is astronomical.
Yeah,
And I don't think uh, I know he's just classic, but like I feel like he's just as dominant, if not more dominant, than what Ronnie was. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not even
In terms of
close.
classic,
And
yeah,
like, yeah, I feel like there's been maybe one time where it's been a question or not of if he won. Like, oh, it was close, but I mean, it's been blown away. He gets better every year. It's insane at the
yeah,
rate that he's able to progress. But I think a lot has to be said with he's kind of at his weight cap. He
Yep.
doesn't push. He doesn't have to push food. He doesn't have to push chemicals. He just trains hard. He lives his life,
Mm.
and he looks fresh.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I
does. He
mean?
does. He does. He has a very, very clean appearance, which I feel like at least the open like heavyweights and stuff, they just don't always look as clean and as healthy. And he just looks, he's got
And
all boxes checked.
he's also like 235, 240 on stage. I mean,
Yeah,
that's huge.
that is huge.
That's huge.
He's got to be
I
six
think he's
foot.
like 6'2",
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely a taller dude.
because I think his
What
weight
top
cutoff is
scale?
235,
Okay.
which by the time he gets on stage, he's easily 240.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He looked good. Great experience. Just Vegas is always exhausting. So by the time I
Yeah.
got home on Monday, I was just done.
Dude, next time you go, one thing that we always do, and I know this is too late now, there's a CVS right across from Bellagio. I
Mhm.
always go in there and I'll buy like
I
10 liters of water.
I
And it's
probably
gonna
spent
cost
a
me like
hundred
50
dollars.
bucks. Yeah.
I
Oh,
spent
it's
about a
so
$100 on
expensive.
water. Yeah.
So expensive. I made the mistake of drinking the faucet water last time I was out there, and I had the worst diarrhea
Oh, really?
of my dude. Like I was in pain. Like it felt like someone had rubbed like habanero juice on my booty. Like dude, like I had to
Just
stop like
rocking.
every 15 minutes to go to the bathroom.
That
It
sucks.
destroyed me.
That
Yeah.
does suck. Oh, and then Sunday we went to Dragon's Lair, which
Hell
was
yeah.
shoulder to shoulder. I think Terrence Ruffin was in there posing. There was like 6 photo shoots happening at the same time. I mean, there was no room to move around. If you got a piece of equipment, you stayed on that for
Yeah.
20 or 30 minutes just so that you had something to actually hit.
That's crazy, man.
It was cool
Well,
though. It was cool. How about you?
my last 7 days was nowhere near that exciting. I haven't worked out in a week because my son had RSV. My wife was sick, so I made 2 hospital trips. But man, business is great, dude. I think I've signed up like what I say, like six,
Mm,
almost 8 people this month, 6 people.
yeah,
I kind of lost count. Um, it's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever had a December where I've grown,
yeah,
which is kind of gets me excited for the new year, man, to
yeah,
really leave off on the right foot. You know what I mean? And I got a couple people who I had them on the hook for the first of the year already. So yeah, December we'll finish out strong. We'll hit a new high. But other than that, man, I really haven't done too much. I laid around a lot this week because I was just at home sick I wasn't sick, but I was taking care of my family.
yeah,
And the thing, food, fitness, family, you know what I mean? My family had to come first before my fitness.
yep.
So, I really wasn't able to train. So hoping to be able to train today. I trained push 2 days ago, but it was like a rush thing because I had a client. So I'm hoping to get in today, hit some back, maybe arms tomorrow, then legs Monday. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But it wasn't an awful week. It just
Busy,
can
busy,
always, yeah, very busy week. I stayed
busy
very
in a
busy.
different way.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I think I have to get just wait. Sometimes you're waiting on people to get intake forms in. I think I have like four new programs to get out by Saturday. So I'll
Yeah.
be working a lot on my computer the next couple days. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, man. Well, let's get into our topic today. What's our? I forget it again. Feeling empowered by taking care of yourself.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
So we'll let you start off today.
So first off, and the reason why we're kind of talking about this topic is because at least I know I see this, and I'm sure you see this a lot on your end as well, is people with a low self-efficacy, a low belief in themselves, whether it be a confidence level about how they look or how they feel, or more than anything, a confidence in themselves that they can actually tackle their goals and like stick
Yeah.
to it for a long period of time. They might start something with the best of intentions, but they feel like, well, I've never stuck to this to before, so I'll probably fall off soon enough. So like one of the things I ask my question or my clients, my intake form is, um, to explain their belief in themselves or to give me, a scale of 1 to 10, their self-efficacy levels, what is their belief that they can actually conquer what it is they set out to do. Because that to me is the biggest thing, like the biggest domino we got to push over is that mental game more than everything else physical, because regardless if it's the best program in the entire world and I have the best guidance and coaching, all that stuff, if your mind isn't in it or if you don't have the belief in yourself, you're not going to stick to it, and you're going to continue to fail and stay stuck in that cycle. So that's something that we've got to address, and that allows me to have more talking points with those clients to kind of help them overcome that.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't run into that too much with my clients. We tend to coach very different clientele, which I think is what I like about doing this podcast, because we can look
Yep.
at it from two different viewpoints.
Yep. Yep.
Majority of my people who come to me, they're sometimes are, I don't want to say they're too confident, but it's like
They've been doing it for a while.
we've been doing it for a while, or like they want to do this, they want to do that, like they're ready to go.
Yep.
So very rarely do I get that. Every now and then I do.
Yep.
But I don't want to say I don't want to say handholdy. What's the word I'm looking for here? I'm compassionate, but like I'm a little more abrasive and
Yeah.
abrupt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, we need to do this. Like you said, you want to do this, let's do it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not, and it even says like in my intake form or my letter, like, hey, I don't train children, I train adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna talk you off a cliff every day. Now I don't mind it. Like if you're having an issue, dude, talk to me. I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
a dick and be like, I don't
Yeah.
care. But if it's every day and it's the smallest thing, come on, we got to get past this.
Yep. Yep.
So I think setting goals is good, and I think setting rewards for yourself is
Mhm.
good. There's one thing even as us where we try to be very high achieving, and we have the issue of rewarding ourselves or even acknowledging what we did. And that can happen a lot with weight loss. I only lost 12 pounds this month.
Mm.
You lost 12 pounds, like that's really good.
Huge. Yeah, that's huge.
That's
3 pounds a week.
Yeah. That's insane. So good job. Let's look at maybe rewarding yourself. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it's like a new pair of shoes or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Take yourself to dinner, to a movie. Those little things are big, and I think that goes into, are you happy?
Exactly.
We've always heard people that like, you're not going to be happy in a relationship unless you can be happy with yourself.
Yep.
Because if you're focusing on someone else's love to make you happy, then you're never really going to be happy.
Yeah, you're always going to feel empty.
For sure. Yeah. So
regardless, whatever somebody else is pouring into.
Yeah, because it's never going to be enough.
No.
You know what I mean? They can show you all the attention in the world, and it's just not going to be enough. You always need more.
You've got to be right with yourself, and that kind of comes into what I've seen, what I've experienced myself, or just with my clientele, or even just friends and family that I know, is that their mental health or their feelings of happiness essentially is generally based upon what they're doing of value for themselves. If you're constantly just taking and not doing the right things for yourself, you're constantly eating foods that make you feel awful, that make you feel sluggish. You are staying up an hour too late and not getting quality sleep. You are not setting boundaries with other people. You are, investing in relationships that are only sucking life from you versus providing, energy to you or help in some way. So when you're constantly doing these things that are pulling away from your own energy, how can you be happy with that?
Yep.
And so that's another reason why I ask those questions, is because I want to make sure that we're doing the right things to fill our own cup up and to actually empower ourselves. If you wake up every day and you do all the basic things, the basic staples of taking care of yourself, drinking your water, eating healthy meals, even if it's just 2 out of 3 meals, like you made good choices for those, you feel much better about those when you look back and reflect on that day versus I miss breakfast, not because I'm fasting on purpose, it's just because I had no plan of attack. And then I had to get, lunch out, whatever the case is. It was inflammatory foods. That's already going to kind of mess up how you're feeling emotionally and mentally. And then, and everything else. It's just a snowball, a compounding effect with that. So that's really kind of the basis of this is taking care of yourself so you feel better about yourself, and that gives you more momentum going into it. You're not going to have very good momentum if you're constantly doing things that aren't good for you.
Yep. No, I always feel literally my best when I wake up. I have a nice big glass of water. I cook my breakfast. I have my egg whites cooked in butter.
Yeah.
And then I'll have like a slice of fresh sourdough from the bakery and then fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel great. It's light on my stomach. I'm energized. I have my coffee. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
But if I'm out and about and I have shit, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people view this as being selfish. There's a big difference between being selfish and taking care of yourself.
Yep.
And especially if you're a parent or you're someone who someone else relies on, it's not selfish by taking care of yourself, because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can take of those.
Yep.
And you still need your time. You can't live 100% for someone else all day, every day. As much as you want to, you still need your own time away. You still need time with your thoughts. You still need time to self reflect, whether that be in bed at the end of the night, whether that be on the treadmill, in the gym. Even myself, I've had to start, you know, keeping my phone in my office
Yeah.
and while I train, or else I'll end
Be
up
on it. Yeah.
I'll be on it. I had it happen the other day. I had a new client reach out, um, and I got an email while I was about to train, and I was opening it up to respond to her
Mhm.
to schedule a consultation, and I was like, no, and I put my phone down and I walked
Yep.
away, and I came
Yep.
back an hour later and I did it. Guess what? She's still going to sign up. She's
Still
still
do it.
coming.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I had to do that for myself
Yeah.
because I have to take care of myself. And the more better I take care of myself, the better I feel, and the more I can give my family. When I don't take care of myself, I'm not training, I'm not eating the way I'm supposed to. I feel like shit, and therefore my family suffers because they're not getting the same person.
Yeah, they're not getting the happy Caleb and you're happy because you're doing all the things that make you feel good. And so that allows you to be like that. If you did all those things and then just go sit on the couch, you're not going to be the same jovial, Caleb. You're not going to have the energy to do certain things. You're not going to have the want to do things. And again, not that gut health is everything, but when we're constantly eating like shit and we're constantly filling ourselves
Oh
with
yeah.
terrible things, no, there's nothing I like or there's nothing I hate worse in life than not feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't feel good all the time. Sometimes they don't necessarily realize it, but they just don't feel good all the time. They have no energy all the time. I cannot imagine going more than a few days of feeling like that.
Yeah.
I want to get past that shit as fast as I can so that I
Mm-hmm.
can enjoy life. I don't want to spend, a day that I don't need to spend in a negative mind state, in a negative physical state. And if I fall in those things, I want to get the hell out as fast as possible
Yeah.
and,
No,
and
I
not and
agree.
not waste that time. Um, so yeah, exactly. We coming back to kind of just feeling empowered about it. If you sit there and you do absolutely nothing that's positive for yourself for the next month, by the end of that month, you're not going to feel very good about yourself. But if you're doing all the right things, even in just small things, even if you just say, okay, I just want to drink a little bit more water, I just want to do all whatever that insert whatever it is you want in that, you're going to feel good about it when you actually accomplished that
Yep.
that little thing. And those small little wins, when you add those up, when you stack them up over you let them compound over months, over months, over months, you're a totally different person. And now your habits have changed. Your priorities have changed whenever you start doing that. So that's kind of what I, try to get my clients to do is just understand that you get a week into this and really commit to it. And you're going to feel much better by the end of that week, both physically and mentally about what you're capable of doing. And I think a lot of people don't want to start because it's overwhelming to make a lifestyle change. It's overwhelming to try to control your food and exercise, especially if you're not doing both those things very well. But the longer you sit in that spot of not doing anything, of not taking any action, number one, the easier it is to stay in that position, and number two, the harder it is to actually make that progress down the road. It's always better just to kind of start with those small things now, and you start feeling better over time. And it's easier to add in and to improve upon the things that you've already started doing.
No, I think so, man. I think that's a really good thing. You got to take care of yourself first and foremost. If you want to be there for other people, you want to be your best, you have to take care of yourself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's all it comes down to, because the more you take care of yourself, the better you're going to feel, whether that be mentally, emotionally, uh, physically,
mm-hmm.
even I guess sexually down to an extent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You need to be happy in all levels, or else that's going to feed negativity into the rest of your life and everyone else's life.
definitely.
Um, because you want to feel your best. You're not gonna enter your car in a race with half of the engine not working. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
want to you want it to be
yeah,
tuned up, ready to go, and feeling great before you throw pink slips down.
yeah. No doubt. Yeah,
So,
those are good points as well. Well, good. I mean, we
good.
didn't really have a whole lot to dive into this. I think that was kind of a good point to bring to people's attention is to kind of handle that stuff. I think you guys are going to be listening to this the day after Christmas, heading into the new year, so you won't be hearing from us again until after that new year happens, until the 2nd of January, I believe. So, I mean, do you have anything else to add to this topic?
No, no, I think that's great. Let's have a Merry Christmas. Let's put our phones down. Let's be present,
Yes.
and present. pun not intended.
But
Yeah, let's just be present with our families, present in the time. Hey, this is a no play area. My dog's going crazy behind me. Yeah, and just have a good time, and let's have a good New Year.
yeah, definitely. And in terms of the taking action, I'm not big on waiting on things and letting them kind of snowball for weeks at a time or months at a time. However, we're like 10 days away from January 1st. So at this point, you don't need to revamp your entire life over the next few days. Enjoy this week, get through the next couple days. If you're able to work out, able to eat clean the next few days, you already have that plan in place, then go crush it. But otherwise, enjoy this week and enjoy that quality time with family. And then, next week, kind of same thing, tread water until January 1st. Some people treat, December 26th as their January 1st. They don't have anything they're doing. They're not going out on New Year's. So yeah, if you can get started that, next
A
Monday.
week early, get it.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
if you can get started today, I guess, because you're going to be listening to it on the 26th, then
Oh
go
yeah.
for it. But otherwise start kind of getting a plan in place about what you're going to do to make yourself feel more empowered. If you're struggling with that, take control.
Yeah, as always, you can find me at Blankslate Fitness _91. Marcus is at Thriving Lives Fitness on Instagram.
Yep.
If you guys need anything, hit us up. Let us know what you need, and we will talk to you next time.
Yes. All right, guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.